Okay guys, welcome to the fourth round of the battle between the Shimano Curado I and the DAIWA Tatula Type R. Now if you watched my first three videos, which hopefully you have, you'll see that despite having the T-wing system and the slightly lighter spool, the Curado has been beating the Tatula Type R in casting with the lures that I've been using, which are the jerkbait, the square bill, and the 5-inch Senko. Now, these reels here are very robust. They both have aluminum frames, huge drags. I think Tackle Tour tested the Type R as having over 17 pounds of drag, and also the Curado at over 15 pounds of drag. And they both have pretty big spools that can hold a lot of line. So naturally, with all these qualities, a lot of people will use these two reels to throw this lure here, which is a hollow body frog. So naturally I had to buy one of these so we can see who casts them the farthest. Now I picked the Spro Bronzeye Dean Rojas Signature Series, and this is the 65 size frog. Apparently Dean Rojas is some kind of frog master, I guess. Now, the great thing about this frog is I believe they have already or purposely shortened the legs. Because normal frogs, the legs will, have a few more inches, and a lot of people will cut them off, but it's really not necessary with this particular frog. Okay, so let's see what it weighs. Let's get it on the scale. Okay, it says 5.577, so it's a little over half an ounce. Let's see how many grams. It's 16.35 grams, or 34. So it's listed at 5/8 of an ounce, so that looks about right. Now what I'm using is a Kastking 50-pound braid. I believe this is only a 4-strand braid. And one thing about this braid is, first of all, I wasn't going to use any of my expensive Sunline braid. So I went on eBay and bought the Kastking braid in bulk for pretty cheap, just for the purpose of these tests. Now this braid looks to be a little thicker than other braids like Sunline or Power Pro or any of the competing braids. Looks more like 65 pound to me, but they say it's 50 pound, so I guess we'll have to see what happens when we throw this frog. Alright guys. $114 even. $113 even. 115, 6 inches. One 16, 8 inches. One 16 even. One 17, 3 inches. One 14.4. One 16 even. One 13, 1 inch. One 23.2. One 23.3. 121.9. $125.4. $120.3. $116.8. $113.1. $113.10. Okay guys, I just finished the casting tests. Damn near sweated my balls off out there. But yeah, the Curado won that one again. Now a couple of things I wanted to tell you guys, that the brakes set up on the Tatula, once again I found that tightening the spool tension just to remove the side to side play, and the mag dial on 6 was as low as I could go. Now the Curado, I was actually able to go down to 1 internal brake. That's the beauty of this SVS system. Having 2 on wasn't getting me the distance, so I deactivated 1 brake and left 1 on, and played with the external dial, which I believe was set to, let me see if I can, between 4 and 5. So 1 internal brake and messing around with the external dial between 4 and 5, and having a pretty tight spool tension to where the frog fell at a much slower rate than with the Tatula. Now one thing about this braid, it does not have any coating on it, so it was really loud. You could hear it. With the Curado, I had several dig-ins where the braid would dig in and the frog would just stop. Now with 50 pound, the reason I chose 50 pound is because a lot of people, do their frogging in a lot of vegetation like pads and weeds and mats. They usually, they'll probably run 65 pound, and a lot of people who don't frog in a lot of cover, they'll probably use a 40. So I chose 50 because it fell right in between. Now I probably, if I used a more expensive coated, maybe a 8 strand braid that was coated, and went down to 40 or even 30 pound, I'm pretty sure I could have added about another 10 to 15 feet on those cast distances. But as you can see, the Curado wins again. Now the next lure, I'm trying to decide what I want to do, whether it be a spinnerbait or a topwater or both. It's probably going to be both. I'm trying to figure out what topwater I want to use. I'm thinking of using an original spook or super spook, or possibly getting one of the imitation Lucky Craft gunfish from Boyd Duckett, the Boyd Duckett series. So be on the lookout for that. Now, once again, subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification, let all your fishing buddies know that these videos are out here to help them possibly decide what reel they would want. And once again, thank you very much.